will say my progress up to this point. We're immediately going into the trial against Lotta, right? Or with her as the, yeah, part 2, still in trial. Did they do that at all in the first game? I thought that you only got like a to be continued screen on day changes, or not day, because you have like trial and investigation in the same day. But I didn't know they'd have a. I don't think they did that in the first game. Whatever, I'm down. I'm gonna catch up on chat a little bit. I wasn't looking at chat during all that because I didn't want anyone to spoil. What has been going on in chat? Met Miles Edgeworth at a Comic-Con? Yo, that sounds sick, bro. Very neat, very neat. Gourmet Snorlax, thank you for subbing with Prime for 33 months. It was Gumshoe all along? Absolutely not. Thank you so much for the support, man. Greatly appreciated. All right, I don't think I missed too much in chat. It doesn't look like people were spoiling anyway. All right, sick. Let's get into the next bit of the trial. That was rough, by the way. The figuring out, like, once I got the line of logic of, like, he couldn't have shot at point blank, I had trouble getting. But after we got that, it went pretty smoothly. Ooh, that was a close one. Isn't it always, Phoenix? I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. The death penalty? Felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? Yeah, we lie. By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Unfrigging fortunately. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of heart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? That's how I feel. Remember, Nick, you promised you saved me. If you lose, me and my sis's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. There are definitely worse ghosts to be haunted by than Mia. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearl? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Who let this small child into the courtroom? All right, take 2. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. I hate this woman. Can we just agree to say Lotta Hart did it and give her the death penalty? Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. She does not have a real job. I say as a Twitch streamer. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self. That's fine. Listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but none of us like you. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. I just realized, is Francisca left-handed? She's holding the base of the whip with her left hand. Or is that just something you naturally... No, that isn't something you naturally do, because, On from Persona 5 holds it in her right hand, I'm pretty sure. I guess she's left-handed. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. I get it. She likes to say fool. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Judge. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. Yeah, that's correct. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. That must have been the gunshot from the dude. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Yeah, it sounds like me. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Oh, she was waving the pistol around? I don't remember that. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. I hate you so much. This is not how people in the South talk. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. Wait, how did you get the picture from this angle? Maya was standing in front of the door? She wasn't standing, like, at the mirror? It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Okay. I should have looked more closely at that to see if I could... Wait a minute, I want to see that. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yeah, give me a second. Wait a minute, I want to look at that closer. Holding the gun in her right hand. How did she end up all the way over here? I thought that she would be over where that other bullet... Well, I guess she had to take the gun from him, so she had to, like, go up to him and stab him and then take the gun. Huh. I don't see anything here that... Yeah, I don't see anything that I could really point out as being wrong. Okay. He's hitting the Yamcha pose, is he? It looks more like the Family Guy fall than it does the Yamcha pose. You're like more curled in. This is more Family Guy to me. I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Will I? Will I? Just watch me. Witness account. All right. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, and the... Wait, I already read this, didn't I? Yeah, I need to be hitting her with the L1 now. I got too caught up in the picture. Was it really only those two that went in? Phoenix, you were there, you know that. What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Ugh. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness continue. Waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Okay, okay. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. I still need to ask for making my case. Ugh. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. You're not supposed to testify. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. Heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know when I tell you that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down, sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No, she's German, not Spanish. No need for apologizing, that was great, you're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. Judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Are you sure it was the defendant, Mia Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. I'm gonna press you harder. She didn't look like Maya. Didn't you ask me if that really was Maya as well? Because she didn't have the same body type because of the channeling nonsense? Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Naruto flashback. I was murdered. Click. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Mia Fey or not. Am I correct? Ah, well, you see. Your Honor, I hate this witness, and I would like to say that she's perjured herself, and just please throw her out of court. Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony? Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Mia Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Mia Fey. Exactly. Rats, and I'm trapped like one again. Swear other than those two, there was no one else in the room. I pressed X by mistake. Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Okay, wait. Wait, the pistol, okay, I gotta hold it on this. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so. Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about? Behind the... Not behind the door. Not behind the door. That doesn't make sense. Behind the folding screen? Is there... Could it be under the flooring? I mean, behind the folding screen makes the most sense. I could see it being under the flooring. I feel like behind the folding screen makes the most sense. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rec given? What in the... You reckon that's a given? I hate you. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. Wrong? We were told to leave immediately? If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What, you got a problem? Rec given? I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying rec given, Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. Yes, there is? She could not have looked behind the folding screen or looked around because we were told to leave immediately, and we did, and called the police. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Mia Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Ooh. No? Like, what could I possibly show to say this isn't Maya? Is this where I'm supposed to show the key? But no, showing the key would prove that there could be someone else in the room. Not that that isn't Maya. I mean, that is Maya. I do not see how I could possibly prove that this is not Maya. Let me look more clearly at this picture. That's her outfit. That's her hairstyle. That's the bands that she wears on her wrist. That is Maya. But we don't need to prove that this isn't Maya. I think that we need to prove that What's-Her-Face's sister was in the room. That's my bet right now, is that Innie Minnie or whatever, I think that she made a copy of the key, got into the room before the channeling, and then once Maya was possessed by the nurse, Innie did the killing, and then her and her sister framed Maya. I cannot prove that this is not Maya. I just don't see how I could. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Well, I am a genius, so. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Mia Fey. I agree. I'm gonna be mad if the game thinks I'm wrong. I didn't say anything about giving up. Well, no, I do give up on proving that that's not Mia Fey. I do not give up on proving that someone else did this murder. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. But what if we use the interrogation jutsu? That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? Oh, did I choose wrong and I'm gonna lose now? I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. Mia? Ah, let's go! Best girl's back! Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. What in the One Punch Man is this? Get Moomin Rider in here. Mia. Oh my goodness. Mia possessed the 8-year-old and she looks like that. Mia! So many people are going to prison for this. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? You, but Pearl. Her clothes are a bit small. Oh yeah, you don't say! Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. But you've forgotten the interrogation jutsu. The advantage is still in your hands. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. Lotta took 2 pictures. Lotta took 2 pictures. Yeah, where's that second picture? Lotta at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. I hate this chick! Not Mia, I hate Lotta. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination. Is that an 8-year-old that looks like she's a 24-year-old? What the heck? The judge immediately calls in the cops. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated... Ah! It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. Except for that one time that your dad lost. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have someplace I have to go after this. No! Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? What's your favorite anime? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. I'm gonna be honest, Pearl's hairstyle does not look good on Mia. Maya's hairstyle is way better. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. You did more than that. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. No, I got you on lock, girl. It is over for you.
Hold it!
Hold it! So what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Mia Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that's true. Well then, Miss Hart, do you happen to see anything else? By the way, Mia possessing Pearl just grew like 3 feet, right? This channeling thing has got to be nightmarish on the development of these women. I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to channel until you're at least like 20 years old, just to make sure it doesn't absolutely destroy your spinal system. Hold it. Perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. That's a stupid thing to say, Phoenix. Well, I reckon that's possible. I reckon it's not. That was stupid. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I think it was Gumshoes. What if it was that of Mia Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Mia Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Ugh, sorry, Maya. Are y'all done? Can I continue? Really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. Yep, congratulations, you're even more useless to society now. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice, tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. Something to do with radio that I don't understand. Still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Hold it. 2, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart! Where's the other picture you've been withholding? 5.1 is surround sound? Ah, I see. I didn't know that surround sound, like, had 5.1, that meant that. No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I could be a little mean, but I ain't evil. You are the worst! Well, at least she knows herself. No, she doesn't! She's the worst. I'm taking a drink of water. Ah, I love me some crisp water. 5.1 means it's like 5 speakers or something like that? I believe you. That makes sense. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. Well. What? Von Karma. Your Honor, I move that Von Karma be thrown out under contempt of court for hiding evidence. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. Nah, I'm taking her on. I'm getting that Friday night dinner. I'm getting that evidence. Your Honor, the defense asked the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court finally! I didn't even think contempt of the court was a thing in this game! Well, yes. Ah, she's got a whip. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair! Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? It isn't fair, though! Ah, I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? Oh, you dumb idiot. I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How? How could you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Thank you, idiot. I'm gonna destroy you with this somehow. Oh my goodness! I don't think I can show this on YouTube. Your Honor, I would like to, not... I would like to not have this picture anymore. Her face looks exactly like the nurse instead of like Maya's face. I mean, that is how the channeling works. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with the nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Mia Fey. Well. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? So I know it is Maya, though. Like, I know that it's Maya. But am I supposed to lie to buy myself more time here? Why is it that every time a woman gets possessed in this franchise, they immediately open up their shirt? I mean, like, I feel like I could convince the judge that this is not Mia Fey. It does not look like her at all. But, like... Man... I feel like this is one of those cases where I'm supposed to lie just to get more time. But if I say it's not Maya, they're gonna be like, well, how could... No, wait. I insist it's not Maya. And then I show the second key. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Mia Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body is taking on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. I don't think that's what happened though. Order! I want a McGriddle! Where are my McRibs? Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Mia Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Oh no, I'm too soft? What does that mean? Huh? You're softer than Art Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. What are you talking about? Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you'd better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Oh, where did you get that picture? This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Mia Fey, during his visit. Mia Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Your Honor, I move that channeling spirits is nonsensical mumbo jumbo. And is not admissible in a court of law. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Mia Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. Judge, you're not allowed to take that into account. I don't have even a single witty line. Looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still can't believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Mia Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I mean, it is just her though, right? Like... Her face has changed, her body has changed, she's holding the gun. She's got the armbands. Wait, she has the armbands. But she doesn't have the bullet hole. There's no bullet hole in her sleeve. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Your Honor! Ah, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture for the court? Which sleeve? No, wait, which sleeve is it? Which sleeve has the bullet hole? I can't look, no! Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catcha, tiger, by the... It was the left sleeve, wasn't it? Was it the left sleeve? I think it was the left sleeve. Take that! Take that! Please direct your attention here to the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Or is there? And that's exactly what's so odd! Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! Why does she hug herself like that when I get her? There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, it should be in this picture as well. I'm so smart. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Well, well, well. Just like your old man. All right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. Yeah, Mia does not look good with the short hairstyle, by the way. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. I'm tired of looking at her face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor. I'd like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, all of it. But you can't prove that. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. No, not my boy! I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. No! Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. Oh, it was the left sleeve, thank goodness. However, from this photo, it appeared that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right? Wait, I have to... Oh, no, I thought that I was already good to go. Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, is this the key? There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. This picture is a fake. The bullet hole was made later. The shooter is someone else. The picture is not fake. I saw her take the picture. I saw her take the picture. The bullet hole could not have been made later unless it was made during evidence. Well, it was in evidence, right? Because Gumshoe, like, showed up and then took Maya and took it into evidence. I do think the shooter is someone else, because this entire case is predicated on the belief that we do not think Maya pulled the trigger. So it must be that the shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether! The still kind of good, but worse than the original Pursuit music that plays when you get Franziska Von Karma on the ropes. I miss the old Pursuit music. What? I want a chocolate soft serve. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess. I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. Your Honor, I would like to bring attention to you, the fact that this same witness has been caught lying under oath multiple times in the past. You see? Now riddle me this, Batman. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. Oh, it's time for the key. It's time for the key. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... I gotta explain something here. Did Maya leave the room? We would have seen her leave the room, though. It's not the third one. But Phoenix just said that he wants to say that Maya left the room. So I think that's what the game wants me to try to prove. I don't know how I'm gonna prove that. But also we know, so wait, we know now, maybe Maya did leave the room actually, because if the woman that we got a picture of didn't have the bullet hole, but Maya did have the bullet hole, then that means that woman could not have been, does this mean that Morgan Fey isn't on this? Because we left and then it was just her and the fake Maya in there? This is... Things are going crazy. I bet that Meanie could have posed as her sister. We haven't seen Eenie with her eyes open. And I'm starting to think that when she opens her eyes, they have pretty similar faces. Enie's face is a little rounder than Mimi. But they have, like, pretty similar looking lips and pretty similar noses? Not that similar. But we haven't seen Eenie with her eyes open yet. They might have the same eyes. Wait a minute, let me look at this picture again. Is that Enie's face? It's a pretty full nose. I don't know. I think that Phoenix wants me to try to prove that Maya left the room. Also, Maya must have left the room. If we went in there and there were only 2 people in the room, but there was someone with a sleeve that hadn't been shot, that couldn't have been Maya, because Maya was wearing the... That means Morgan has to be in on this or something, right? Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. I can't. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Mia Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. No, Gumshoe! Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. Is this where I use the key? Or do I use this again to be like the bullet hole? I think this has got to be where I use the key. I only lose 1 life point if I get wrong. I think this is where we're supposed to use the key to prove that, like, someone else got into the room. Take that! Take that! Oh, I got it right. Let's go. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Uh-oh. Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Mia Fey locked herself in, the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she didn't have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. Preposterous, I can't even say it. This means Mia Fey must have left the room. If she hadn't, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. I am so confused. I have no idea where this case is going, bro. No! It seems we've come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I'll get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. Wow! That was you, Pearl? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearl. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but Mia is really just, like, hopping through her family members to come back to life, huh? I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah? Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Bro, we gotta find something during investigation. Because I am at a frigging loss. I have no idea. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. Ah, I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you could take Pearl back home for me? Sure. All right, Pearl. You ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. To be continued. All right, this case is insane. I am super interested to see where this goes next because I have, like, no idea at all. That was insane, that trial. I definitely wasn't following it ideally here and there. I think we're gonna wrap up here for today, yeah, because we're just over 3 hours. And I started late, but I also have plans tonight, so I don't know how long the investigation day will go. Probably over an hour based on how it's been going, so I don't really have time. But I think we'll just stop here and then get back to episode 2 next time. We got through 3 things. We got through an investigation, we got through a trial, and we got through a second trial. So that's pretty good. Pretty good for one stream. But yeah. For those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to catch Ace Attorney live, link to my Twitch channel in the description. I'd love to see you there. Or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate your support either way. And until next time, farewell.